This is my 6-pack of questions. And I think what's so cool about this is we did not know each other before this evening, right?
Yeah.
So I just picked out questions that, like, I don't know, that I thought that maybe you would like. I mean, I have no idea. So let's we'll end with that one. Well, maybe, okay. Well, let's start with this one. Okay. What fashion trend did you follow that was very cool, but now looks ridiculous?
Oh my gosh. You know, I was just watching a TikTok video of this, like a POV, like getting ready, like in X, like whatever year that they were in. Probably like the overlayering of the
like
shirts,
the
collar shirts.
Of collar, the double collar shirts.
Yeah, I did that. I had like every color and I'd layer them on, or like gaucho pants.
Oh yeah.
I don't know why, but those were a thing, and now they're like, no. Like if someone was, I don't know, no, I could never wear them. But I had like some like every color gaucho pants. I don't even know if people would know what those are.
So describe the gaucho pants.
They're like, they look like, it's like a skirt, a long skirt, like an ankle length skirt, but cut into pants.
Yes.
It's basically what it is.
Yeah. What is the worst gift you've ever received?
Ooh, you know, I can't say there's ever like a bad gift, because I've gotten, like, some people might say this is the worst gift you could ever receive, but I loved it. And it was a dog nail grinder.
A what?
It was like a nail grinder.
For a dog?
For a dog. Because I have 2 dogs.
Like so to like do their nails?
Yeah.
But you got it as a gift.
I got it as a gift.
Like for your birthday?
For Christmas. For Christmas.
Like, but like I feel like they could just give that gift to your dog and get you something else.
Well, and a lot of people would say that, but it's funny because I'm a very like practical like person. I feel like when people are like gift giving, like if someone asks me like, what do you want? And I'd be like, I don't know, but I really need this. And like, they'll just go off of that. So,
man, like, you know, whenever you get married, like, you know, if your husband or he gets you like a vacuum cleaner, you'll be like, yes.
Right. Yeah. No, for real. Like, I think like I recently got gifted like, what is it? Like a heating pad. And like, oh, like, and it's funny because they were like, oh, I got you something. And I'm like over here like, what? Like, what did you get me? Like, I kind of like thinking like something like, I don't know, like jewelry or something. And then whenever they told me.
Is this like one of your boyfriends?
Yeah.
Did you break up with him and write a song about the heating pad?
No. But I thought it was so funny because when they told me what it was, I was like, what did you give me? Like, I want to know. And then he was like, oh, it's just something like you use for your period. And I was like, for my period? And I was like, what are you talking about? And he was like, and he showed me, and I was like, oh, and I was like, you know what? That is really thoughtful. And I was like, so like, you really can't give me a bad gift because I'm just like so grateful. So, because like I have this rice pillow that I would use, and like I would heat it up in the microwave, but like all this rice kept falling out of it, like into the bed. And so he got me a heating pad. And I was like, you know what? That is super thoughtful. I was like, because you knew my rice was falling out of that rice pillow.
So you're using the rice pillow for your period?
Yeah, like if I had cramps or something. Yeah.
I just think even if I was giving you the heating pad for cramps, I would just say it's for your back.
Right.
I would just go like you complained about your back, didn't you? Yeah. What does your perfect day look like?
Oh, my perfect day.
So what time are you getting up?
10.
10. Okay, 10 a.m. We're getting up. What are we doing?
We're going to make some coffee.
Yep.
We're going to chill. Maybe go outside, like just on the patio if it's a nice day. If it's not, then we're sitting in bed, like watching Housewives.
That's how you're starting it up?
That's how I'm starting it up.
Okay. And then what are you doing after we get out of bed?
After we get out of bed, we're going to the gym.
Right.
Taking my time at the gym. I don't feel rushed. And then after that, it could go 2 ways. It could be the A, I already had plans and I'm like meeting up like friends or something. Or B, I'm just going home and chilling, vibing out.
Well, when do you do music? Like, when's your favorite time to do music?
In the car. It always comes to me best when I'm in the car. I don't know why.
I have a theory on that.
I want to hear it.
So, just like when you talk about like meditation, right? And like where your brain kind of goes.
Yeah.
Like there's a level of that kind of thing happens in a car.
Oh, for
like
sure.
For me, it happens like a lot at the gym. But I'm in a gym a lot, right? But like your brain kind of just like gets in this offloaded position where it can be open enough to like outside thoughts or outside things. And then it kind of just like comes in. And so then, because like I have a lot of thoughts that happen in the car, like a lot of like, just like driving and just thinking about like certain things where like I'm having to do voice memos and stuff like that. Yeah. So I just think it's the way your brain offloads in the car, which is kind of scary.
I know, right?
That you're like driving a car.
Like I'm trying to operate heavy machinery.
Do you work?
It's my best time.
Do you work on music every day? I mean, do you work? Obviously, you come up with a car, you take it home, and you do something with it. Do you work on music like every single day?
If I'm in the car, then yeah, which I usually am. If I'm going to work, then yeah, I mostly am. Sometimes it's different. Like I'll start new projects maybe, or if I'm really invested, like the song I just did, like that one, it came to me on the car ride home from a show. Like I was inspired and I wanted to try something new. What was the show,
by the way?
It was the Underground Rage Showcase. It's like a showcase that happens in New York. But they came to Austin and they invited me out, actually, and Cakey Bums, like Lauren. This is her brand. So she was vending and I was singing, and that's usually kind of like how we move. And I was just seeing all the different artists there. Like they were just so versatile. It just inspired me to like try something new. And so when I got in the car, it was just, I don't know, I felt like just inspired.
That's cool. I mean, you kind of have to go out in the world to be inspired. It's hard to be inspired at home.
Yeah.
I mean,
it is.
I mean, I don't,
and
I
honestly,
feel like that's obvious, but
yeah, it really is. But people wouldn't think that. I feel like that wouldn't be like for me, like I wouldn't automatically be like, oh, it's hard for me to be inspired at home. But it really is. Like I have to get out.
Yeah.
Feel things.
What do you miss about your childhood?
Ooh, probably Christmas, because like Christmas as a child in my home was like so magical. It was like you wake up, you had like your big gift from like Santa or whatever, that was like unwrapped or whatnot, and then you have
Santa's gifts came unwrapped.
Yeah, that's how you knew it was from Santa.
Right.
Yeah.
I talk to people and like Santa wrapped their gifts.
See, I'm like, Santa does not have time to wrap your gifts.
No. And like not every movie, but I feel like a lot of movies, when he opens that bag, the gifts aren't wrapped.
Yeah. Like Santa Claus.
Okay. Anyways, so you get your big gift from Santa, and then what would y'all do?
We would open up our stockings, see who got what, and then it was like, okay, like pass out gifts or whatever. But like that was like the one time I think like my family and I, like we got together and like we were truly like excited for one another. Like, oh, what'd you get? Like, I want to see what you got. Like, what's in your stocking? And I think that was like my favorite time, like as a family.
It's not like really like to what you're saying. It's not really the giving gifts part.
Yeah.
It's the interaction that like happens and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
My parents, this is the way it went at our house. You go downstairs, Santa's gift is unwrapped, right? And then my mom made us wait till after lunch. Before we could open up the rest of our gifts.
Oh no. That was not a thing.
So just all morning you're like, man, what's in those boxes?
Oh no. No, we could not do that. It was like wake up early, and as we got older, the time like went later and later. But like when we were younger, like it was early. Like I'm taking like 6:30. Like we were up, and we would make my parents get up. Like we would all collectively like just be like, get up, it's time to get up. Or we would go out and like open our own stockings. But then we would be like, okay, like you need to get up. Like we're ready. We're waiting on you.
So like I was always scared. Like I didn't want to wake up too early because I was like, what if Santa's still there?
Oh, I was like, I want to see him.
See, I was like, if I see him, he's not going to bring the gifts. Like I was like, I didn't want to ruin. Okay. Is there only one soulmate for each person?
I think no. I
wouldn't say you're wrong.
I think we have different soulmates. I believe like that we all like maybe fall in love 3 times, and they're all for different reasons. And then I also think we have friend soulmates that are like platonic, like soulmates that we have. But But yeah, no, I think we fall in love like the first time is just to experience love and, you know, like to heal from it. And like B, the second time you fall in love is to really like figure out who you are in a relationship. And then the third one is supposed to be like third time's a charm.
I've never really thought of it that way, but you know, it kind of makes sense in the sense of like, so like I've been married and divorced, you know, and it's kind of like one of those things like, unless you've been married before, it's kind of hard to explain how it's different than not being married.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like, if you've never had a kid before, it's kind of hard to explain like what it's like to have a kid.
Yeah.
Right. And there's something that you just learn inside, or like at least I did inside of my marriage, even through a divorce, of like how I want to treat my next partner, which is like my girlfriend. You know?
I mean, I think we all grow, like, and we're all different. I think we're different people as we get older. Like, who I am now is totally different than who I was like 4 years ago. And then who I was 4 years ago is totally different than who I was like as a child or in high school.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think once you finally figure out who you are as a person and like, you know, happy with who you are as a person, I think is when you can like really like, I don't know, find your soulmate.
Well, I think that if you're looking for somebody, okay, and you're not being 100% yourself, you're just setting yourself up for some trouble.
Totally.
Right? Because you're not being real.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? And so what happens when you start to be real and that person's like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
exactly.
You know, like, I mean, that doesn't mean you have to hit everybody with the hard truth. You know what I'm saying? But like, you know, like you need to be like honest about your feelings, deliver it in a really, you know, a acceptable, polite way.
For sure.
You know?
100%.
All right. So I say this one for I just kind of guessed that this would be okay. What are you grateful for?
What am I grateful for? Ooh, so many things.
But there is so many things,
right?
There
are so many things. Right now, I would say man, I'm like,
let me ask you this. Do you kind of practice like gratefulness like every day?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so like on a day-to-day basis, like what do you wake up like just being grateful for?
I wake up being grateful for
a roof over my head.
Exactly. Like, no, exactly. Like the basics. Like whenever I go to sleep at night, I always like to say thank you for like a few things. And like one of my things I say thank you for is like being able to have a way to support myself financially, or being able to have a home, or being able to like live with my loved one who like does like support me and, you know, take care of me. Like being able to have somebody like that just unconditionally like loves you and takes care of you, like those little things, like so grateful for. And friends like that love you unconditionally.
You know, it's so easy to get caught up in like all the things you don't have.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, but like when you think about all that, especially like if you live here in the United States for the most part, like we just have so much.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just stupid. It's stupid how much like we just like, you know, just clean air.
No, for sure. Clean water, hot water, stuff like that. And it's like little things like that. Like if I ever catch myself like complaining about like, man, I really want this or I want that. And I just kind of like think back and like all the things I do have. And I'm just like, wow, like I'm actually like really rich compared to some. You know, it's like, well, I have like a warm house to go to. I have food in the fridge.
Right.
I have, and like, it's like that saying, like where you don't say like, oh, I have to do the dishes. You say, I get to do the dishes because I had food to dirty up the dishes.
Right.
You know, it's like little things like that.
You know, like here inside our house, it's me and my daughter and my girlfriend. And I always go, hey, we are functioning as a team. Yeah. Right. Like everyone is lucky to have everything we have. Let's function together. We all, you know, and God bless my daughter. She's so great. The other day, I had like a lollipop or something, and like I set the stick down on the table, and she picked it up and took it to the trash.
Oh, that's so cute.
Without me even like asking.
Yeah.
And she's like, I threw away your stick, Daddy. I was like, oh, thank you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's because like, you know, that's what we like do around the house. So it makes it like really cool.
That's so cute. That's basically what I do in my household. I'm just like we all like we pick up after each other, take care of one another. Like I fill up your water cup, he'll fill up my water cup type of it's just like.
You're sharing space.
Yeah. You're just taking care of one another.
Right? Like, I mean, it's your space too.
Yeah.
Even though his cup is in your space, it's your space. It's both of y'all. It's your space. You know what I mean? And I think people sometimes like, you know, like I don't do the dishes a lot.
Yeah.
But I do know at moments where like my girl has so much to do with my daughter and blah, 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 whatever. And I just know her life would be just that much easier if I would just do the dishes this time.
Yeah.
And so I go, I live here. I'm part of this unit.
Yeah.
I'm going to do them.
Yeah.
And then she'll be like, oh my God, like, you know, like you shouldn't have done it about whatever. And I go, no. Like this is so that you can do more stuff with Lucy, or this is more time for yourself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I had the time to give that to you. And like that kind of, it kind of breeds gratefulness all around, you know?
It really does. It's, I mean, and at the end of the day, it's like, it's the little things that truly do matter.
Well, I mean, little things become big, pile into big things.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So, awesome. Thank you for doing this.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
This was fun.